welcome back. Now before we move on to the text element, one thing that you'll note is that every time that you highlight one of the elements that you place down and you click on top of that element, you're going to see that there's going to be a menu here at the top. All of those things pertain to this particular element that you placed. For example, if we place the cursor on top of the background, what you'll notice is that the elements change and the menu changes. If we place our cursor on top of this element, then we have a menu. And all of these are things that you can do to this particular element. So for example, if we wanted to filter this element and we wanted to make it more grayscale to match the element that's already there, we could do that. We can also use the adjustment menu to adjust the color. We can use the crop menu to crop certain elements of the element. We can use the flip element so that it appears in a different format, and you'll see that the elements are reversed. We can copy the element where we have a second one. We can then delete that element, and then we can position the element. We can position it forward or backward or to the back, at the top, and then we can undo that to put it back where it was. We can also make it a transparency. And so for example, what we can do is we can make it so that it is more opaque. And we can also place a link inside of the element by clicking this element, placing the URL that we want to be there. And now we can move on to the text element. What we can do is we can add in text to our background. So for example, we can add in a heading by clicking this element, and you'll see that there's a heading there. We can add in certain text elements, and you'll see the text element appear. We can then position that text element where we want it. Of course, just as we had with the elements menu, when we click inside of this element, we have a menu that we can change. You can change in the font, the size of the font, the color of the font, and even the orientation of the font. We can link to certain elements in this area. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.